Welcome to the Absolute Customer-Centered Demonstration, an online overview of our patented persistent Computrace technology and how it can help you manage your IT assets, enforce corporate policies, and detect unauthorized use. Track the physical location of each asset. Return leased computers on time. Manage software inventories. Report a theft and recover stolen assets, and deactivate or remotely delete data from a lost or stolen device to complement encryption. Manage your IT assets from a single web-based interface, the Absolute Customer Center, to ensure regulatory compliance, reduce costs, secure and protect data, and recover stolen computers. Computrace technology by Absolute Software. Computrace. Let's start with a review of how Computrace works. Through our partnership with leading computer manufacturers, our agent is embedded in the firmware of many computers at the factory. This provides Computrace technology with a level of persistence that makes it virtually tamper-proof. If attempts are made to uninstall Computrace, it will simply reinstall on the next agent call. This provides our customers with a constant connection to each device in their deployment, regardless if it's on or off the network. Once activated, the agent within each device calls into our monitoring center every day, providing you with up-to-date information about each computer and handheld device, regardless if it's on or off your company network. If you need to make immediate contact with a device and it is set up to receive SMS messages, you can communicate with the device in real time, so the computer will call in immediately to receive security commands. The Absolute Customer Center is where you can view this information online and manage all the devices in your deployment. The home page is the hub for all the activities and tools available to you within the Customer Center. IT Asset Management. Use the information collected from each device to generate reports, so you can monitor changes in asset information and manage each device as needed. Let's take a look at the Asset Report. This report lists all your devices that are calling in. Each device has a unique identifier and displays information like last call date, username, device name, and so on. Device summaries include hardware details, software details, and call tracking history. You can monitor changes to IP addresses, computer names, or installed software within the Hardware Configuration Change Report. Configuration changes are easy to detect. In this report, you can see that the address for this device has changed. If this seems suspicious, you can track down the asset to validate it. Many organizations regulate the type of applications installed on corporate machines. The Software by Device report allows you to see the applications installed on each device. You can search for specific applications and take the appropriate action if non-compliance exists. In addition to viewing asset reports, you can also create alerts. For example, you can create alerts to let you know when an unsupported application is installed on a machine. When you set this alert, you identify the unsupported application. The next time the device calls in, you will receive a message if this application was installed. When a device calls into our monitoring center, a record is created in our database. You can view these records in the Call History report. In this instance, the device is calling in from a different IP range. Drill into the data to see the new location details. If this change conflicts with your corporate policies, you can communicate with the user to correct the situation. Computer drift is a challenge for most organizations with IT assets spread across departments and geographical locations. It occurs when devices change hands within an organization, moving from department to department or changing hands between employees and contractors. Let's take a look at the Device Drift Report. The best way to monitor for device drift is to look for changes to device names and usernames. In this instance, 2 computer names have recently changed. This could mean that these computers have moved to a different team or user without your knowledge. Communicate with the user to understand the situation and then take the appropriate action. Tracking leased equipment and returning it on time can be a frustrating and costly exercise. The lease completion report allows you to easily view the due dates of each device in your deployment. This device was due back months ago. It is time to locate it and return it to the leasing company. Data and device security. One of the greatest responsibilities your organization will face is securing important data on devices that are lost or stolen. Along with the potential for negative publicity and financial repercussions, a missing device can cause compliance issues. And even if you've deployed encryption onto the device, how can you prove that the data was not accessed? In Customer Center, you can select specific types of data or documents to delete, or you can delete everything. A secure protocol is required and is available only to pre-approved members of your IT team. Remote Data Delete provides a necessary backup for encryption, and unlike encryption, Computrace provides proof that it was in place and working at the time the computer was compromised. The next time this computer calls into the monitoring center, all the data you selected will be deleted, and an audit log of the successful data delete command will be generated, so you can prove your compliance to auditors and government officials. Computrace is one of the few technologies available today that can confirm it is in place and working after a device is lost or stolen. With Device Freeze, you can freeze a computer and display a message to the end user. This is a useful way to combat device drift or to encourage a desired action on the part of the user. For instance, if the computer needs to be returned to IT for servicing or simply to confirm the user's identity. Simply select the device within your Customer Center account along with the message you wish to display. The computer will freeze and the user will read your message. Once they comply with your request for action, you can unfreeze the device remotely. Geotechnology. It's impossible to know whether or not a device is missing, lost, or stolen if you don't know where it is. The device location report can provide you with this information. In this instance, one asset is calling in from the downtown area of the city. But these assets are far away from the office and might even be heading out of town. If this is suspicious activity, you may wish to investigate further. You can also view the location history of each device. This computer spends most of the time in the downtown area of the city, but at some point traveled outside the downtown area. If this is suspicious, you may wish to ask the user about it. You can proactively manage a device based on its physical location. By building a geofence and creating a rule, you will receive an alert when a device goes out of bounds. Construct a geofence around your target area using the internet maps in your Customer Center account. Then create the rule you want associated with the geofence. If a device contravenes the rule, you will receive an alert so you can investigate further. Theft recovery services. Most stolen assets are never seen again, unless they are equipped with Computrace technology. In fact, Absolute recovers thousands of computers every year. If your computer is stolen, file a theft report. Select the computer and enter the details of the theft. The next time your computer connects to the internet, the Absolute Theft Recovery team will forensically mine it to gather evidence and locate the computer. Then they will work closely with local police to recover the computer and return it to you. Intel Anti-Theft Technology, or Intel AT. Intel Anti-Theft, or Intel AT, provides tamper-resistant hardware-based technology for devices that might be at risk. Within the Absolute Customer Center, you can take immediate action, even if you don't have a network or internet connection. First, you must define the default settings for each device that is equipped with an Intel chip. You can set a computer to disable if it doesn't call in within a defined period of time, or you can send a poison pill to lock down a device and prevent the operating system from booting. In emergency situations, you can use the Computrace real-time technology to send an SMS message to any computer to invoke the Intel AT lock almost immediately. No internet connection or agent call is required, and you can display a message on the computer so the user understands what is happening and can make contact if required. Locked devices can easily be unlocked once you know the computer is safe.